All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who jumps in. Let's see who joins on this beautiful Saturday. I'm waiting for some of you to jump ahead and let's see who joins. Okay, we got the first hearts here. That's awesome. That's very, very good. I'm glad to see that some of you are joining. I'm glad to see that some of you are jumping in. Okay, we got the notifications. That's very, very good. Hello from England. Yes, tell me where you are all connecting from. That'd be actually good so I can know what time zones everybody is in and what everybody is doing around this time. It is Saturday. Hi, friend. Good to see you again. Good to see you too as well, my friend. And hello from England, of course. Awesome, awesome. More people joining in. RSA, okay. Awesome, awesome. Let's see who else comes in. Ireland. And Ireland is in the house. That is very, very good. And Lebanon is in the house. Wow, quite a few people jumping on really, really quick. That is awesome. So today's live. What I wanted to talk about actually, and I'm not sure if any of you saw my video that I posted this morning. Nigeria's in the house. That's awesome. England, of course. So the video that I posted this morning was regarding parallel realities, of course. Okay. And what I wanted to say about this is that, believe it or not, parallel realities. Thank you, Rick, for being here. Good evening, my friend. How are you? Much love. Thank you, Rick, for being here. And thank you for that video that you shared yesterday. Always a pleasure. And thank you for connecting with me as well on a one-to-one Zoom. So parallel realities, believe it or not, are very, very real. And this actually inspiration came from the conversation that I had with my friend Rick here. Okay, so Rick was actually the inspiration of this because I'm going to explain something what happened. Okay, briefly. So Rick and I were supposed to get together, and we put down a specific timetable to do this. Okay, and then on my end, what happened was I responded to Rick with my timetables, of course, and all that, and we were trying to find a common ground. But what I noticed is when I fired the actual message, and I knew that the message was fine and all that, it went out, and the next day I realized that that message actually came back different. What do I mean by that? It came back with basically Rick sending me a different message than what the original message was. Go figure this one out. And my message that I sent back to him wasn't even there. Okay, so what does this mean? I'm just bringing you this as an example because it just happened yesterday as well. But many, many times, what you will notice throughout your life or throughout your daily activities is very, very small changes that might occur. For example, you might have a conversation with somebody, okay, and that somebody maybe doesn't even recall that conversation that you had with them, okay? So instead of us like being judgmental and trying to criticize this person or something like that, we should consider that maybe one of us shifted to a different reality, or maybe both of us shifted to a different reality, or maybe just one of us, right? The reason I'm saying this is because these reality shifts are actually very, very real, okay? We constantly do this on a daily basis. The difference is that we are not aware of them necessarily, right? But you can be aware of them if you sit back and you just simply observe what is happening in your daily activities. And you might see sometimes even a few seconds missing or a few minutes missing, like, all of a sudden, like an hour might seem like a minute or the other way around, right? So things like this are very, very real. I am going to do a video on this, on how to actually shift on purpose, because yes, you can shift on purpose as well. Okay, but the shift that I'm talking about is usually a shift that we are not aware of. It is usually a shift that happens, and we need to pick it up by fluke, I guess, or by accident. But never, nothing is a fluke, and nothing is an accident in reality. But when we become aware of it, we become more empowered. And why should we become aware of it? Because we realize that who we really are actually multidimensional. We operate on so many different dimensions. We operate on so many different realities. Okay, and this is why I even say unlimited you. There's a reason. Unlimited you stands for you literally have no limit. Okay, you can do, and you can grow, and you can expand to where there are literally no limits, and that includes, of course, shifting to parallel universes or realities, okay, consciously or not. So I'm waiting to see some of your comments here. They don't necessarily have to be regarding this. They could be anything, right? I'm just curious to see what you have to say. And it's many of us. Thank you. Only me is in the house. Awesome. Good evening. Good evening. Let's see who else joined and what's happening. Rick, always a pleasure, of course. Okay, okay. From Atlanta, Georgia here, watching some football. Awesome. Who's winning in the football game? I'm curious. I love it when I have a lively bunch here. I really, really do. And it's just amazing that we can all connect here. And to deed your narcissistic needs. Yeah, do a video. Okay. That's not a bad idea. Thank you. Okay, good evening, good evening. Okay. It's many of us. Yes. It is not an accident that yeah. Okay, you know what, my friend? Do link. See you later, buddy. Mute. See you, D-Link. You're muted. I don't have time for people that are not in the same, what do we call it, in the same vibration or frequency. If you're not in the same vibration or frequency, please go right ahead and you can just scroll, okay? But the minute you start engaging, we all don't have that link that you might have. Okay, so, and for those of you that are actually jumping on board for the first time here and you don't know me, you can go to my actual page here on TikTok, and if you like what you see, you can of course hit a follow, and you can also hit the little bell icon, the notifications icon. The minute you do that, you will get notified every time I upload a new video, just like the one I uploaded this morning about, parallel realities, of course, right? And at the bottom of my page, you're also going to find my link tree. You can tap on that, and the minute you do that, it will bring you into my YouTube and Instagram accounts as well. And if you like, you can follow me there as well. I do upload these live videos on YouTube. That way we don't miss them. All right, I see some messages here. Oh, and one more thing. And for those of you that do want to subscribe, of course, this is your opportunity while I am live. Anybody that wishes to do so and wishes to speak to me will get a complimentary 15-minute Zoom, of course, to connect with me and just, take it from there, right? So awesome. Good evening, good evening. Let's see who else is watching here. Okay, watching you from Ghana. I love you so much. Thank you very, very much, my friend. Now, these are the kinds of comments. These are the kinds of reactions that when we all come together like this and you make them, it actually brings me to a whole new level, and it brings me to a level of wanting to do even more, because my goal here is actually to bring us all to a whole new level of understanding. I want to empower every single one of you out there, and myself, of course, because this is a team effort, right? As much as you learn from me, I also learn from you. So I want to empower everybody that, to come to the awareness that you are far more greater and far more powerful than what you were taught to believe, or what you were brought up to believe, okay? The quickest way that I can think about is for you to quickly, have an open mind, and everything that you were taught, kind of put it in the back burner for now, okay? I'm not saying, and I'm not suggesting for you to wipe everything out, but what I do suggest is put it in the back burner and just let it sleep, let it stay dormant for a while, and, be open to new ideas. And then you might just surprise yourself. Okay, what happened to feel? Laugh out loud. Yes, I totally agree with you, Rick. Yes, the feeling part is definitely in there. But thank you. You just made me smile there, Rick. Okay. No, let's not forget about the feeling part, Rick. And Rick, again, would say that a parallel reality is similar to deja vu. Yes, actually, a parallel reality would be similar to a deja vu, Rick. But there are also some differences, because in a deja vu you would actually see things as you would remember them, as if you just relived them, right? In the reality that I'm talking about, in the parallel reality, what basically happens is you shift from this reality. It's like you go to sleep, right? And while you are in a sleep, thank you, Esther. While you are asleep, you wake up in the morning, and you are not in the same reality that you fell asleep in. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So when you shift, even though everything seems very, very similar, everything seems very, very tight, we got to understand that when we're talking about parallel realities that are very, very similar to ours, because we're not going to leap from one to another in that dramatic jump. What we're going to do is we're going to gradually leap to realities that are very, very similar to our own, right? Because this is where we are tied energetically at the present moment. So as you leap, as you grow to a different reality, or I should say as you move to a different reality, you will find that there are certain small changes, but those small changes are very significant, because those small changes can take you to a whole new direction, right? And this is what I'm talking about, my friend Rick. Okay, and here's another smart one here. Okay, mute, see you later. So, do you think we do dramatic leaps during dreaming? We can do dramatic leaps during dreaming, for sure. But when we actually do dramatic leaps during dreaming, we are experiencing whatever we are dreaming about in real life, in that particular reality, right? But what I'm talking about is different than the realities that you take the big jump, like in the dreams, right? The ones that I'm talking about are very, very similar to the ones that we are living, or to the one that we are living right now, except for some small changes that play an important role. Okay. And Only Me says, deja vu is mean. Apparently, here and now, 100%, 1000%, my friend Only Me. Thank you for bringing that comment up. All right. So this is actually what I really, really wanted to emphasize, because a lot of us sometimes, we just go on our daily business, and we don't realize that we have actually entered a different portal. We have entered a different dimension or a different reality. And sometimes it as easy as it is, like, you're entering one room to another. You're opening the door, for example, and you enter another room in your house, and all of a sudden you are in a different reality. For example, you might enter that room, and your spouse might not be responding the way he was or she was a minute ago. Okay, your children might be different. Your pets might be different. And when I say different, I don't mean in body, but what I mean is in actual what do you call it? Character. Something might have happened. Maybe their character has shifted a little bit. Maybe something that you were talking about a minute ago is not there anymore. Maybe some other little signs, like, you know what I mean, might happen that are not in consistency with what you left behind. And Eden, hello, my friend. Eddie, hello, Father. Hello to you too as well, my friend. Thank you for the wave. You are awesome. And Deja Vu, okay, apparently here and now. Thank you. Okay, let's see your comments. Hello, hello. Yes, the Mandela Effect realities. Yes, for those of you that have followed the Mandela Effect realities, thank you for bringing this up. Hello, hello. We are putting up our Christmas tree today. Wow, well done, Miss Fancy. I hope the weather is nice for you. Of course, in certain areas of the world, you know, for me, for example, I associate Christmas trees with snow and cold weather, of course. So I would prefer if, you know, the weather was a little snowy as well. Of course, in parts of the world like Australia and New Zealand, your Christmas always falls during the summer season, so it's the opposite. So love and light to you. Awesome, awesome. Any other comments that any of you have to say here or ask about anything here? This is your opportunity. It is always very, very good to connect with every single one of you, because all of you have something different to say. And a lot of you have different questions about different stuff. So, if you know reality, can you change it? 1000% yes. If you do know the reality that you are in, you can always change it, of course. But having said this, you can always change whatever it is that you want to change in your life. And this is because you are the awareness. You are the consciousness behind everything else. What you want to change, a situation or a condition or something else, it is all energy, right? And you are the consciousness behind that energy, and therefore you are the power, you are the throne. You can dictate, a better way to say it is you can influence what you want to happen. Okay, for sure you can change that reality. Light and love to you. Thank you, my friend. Awesome, you guys, and thank you for sharing, by the way. This is awesome. And Pixie Vibes, thank you for being here, my friend. Hi from England. Awesome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. And Dr. Tamara, Stella, thank you. Good evening. Love and light to all. What's your overlook about 2023? So, this is beautiful. 2023, believe it or not, is, I don't like predicting what I call the future or the past, because, again, everything happens in the now. Thank you very, very much. So, if you want to make a change for the new year, if you want something better to happen in the new year, what you need to do is take control of your emotions, take control of your here and now, and feel good right here, right now. The minute you do that, everything is a ripple effect. So instead of trying to predict what 2023 would bring, we need to understand that everything happens in the now. Okay, this is where your true power is. And Rick, can you give an example of your changing something about yourself to a higher life condition? Okay, so in order for you to change something to a higher life condition, first of all, you need to be totally grateful and satisfied in the present moment with who you really are, Rick. Okay, and I think we even touched base a little bit on that yesterday on our brief meeting there. If you are happy, if you are grateful, if you are totally content with who you really are in the present moment, then the sky is literally your limit. So your higher life condition will automatically come, Rick, because it's got no other choice. It needs to come. It needs to follow your vibration. It needs to follow your frequency. And because everything happens in the now, when you are totally in control, when I mean in control, I'm talking about your control, your inner self-control, because that's the only thing you can really control. Your emotions, your feelings, how you act and interact with others. If you can control that, and if you can be aware of it, then everything will magically happen for you. Okay. Hi, I missed a lot of your live. No, actually you didn't, Pixie. No, you didn't miss anything of my live. Actually, what I was really discussing earlier was about parallel realities. Okay, I'm not sure if you caught that. So parallel realities, I was saying, happen to us every single time. We just need to be aware of it, and the way we become aware of it is by simply paying attention to the little details that happen. For example, maybe we shot an email to somebody, and even though we know what the response was, we know that the email went out, we had confirmation of it and all that, it's like it never went out, right? That's just one example. Another one could be maybe you had a conversation with somebody, and the next day you bump into that somebody, and as you are talking with them, he turns around or she turns around and says, you know, we never really discussed about that, right? So our first reaction, of course, would be, what are you talking about? I was there, we discussed it. So instead of, trying to be critical about the scenario, we should accept the fact that maybe we shifted to a different reality, okay? And this happens very, very, very often, actually. Only me. What could you say about the meaning of the word humility? Awesome. I love this. So humility is actually something amazing. And when I say something amazing, it is part of our evolution. It is part of our spiritual growth. You need to have that trait. You need to have that awareness, because as you have this, you also expand and grow. That is beautiful, actually. I love the fact that you mentioned this word, okay? And again, I don't like to put labels on words. I don't like to label anything because, again, these labels are all man-made, right? But again, there is a certain frequency and vibration that is associated with that word. And if you can tap into that feeling, then you would literally understand that it is truly an amazing thing to have. Mario Tattoo is in the house. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well as well. Okay, I feel like an amazing year has already begun. Beautiful things coming. Thank you, Miss Fancy. And you know what? Just the way you phrased this is actually wonderful, because I will tell you the two key components that you phrased here, okay? First of all, you used the word I feel, which is remarkable, Miss Fancy. When you feel something, it is already there, because your feeling only happens in the present moment, okay? The second one that you actually have picked up on this, that I really, really love, I'm just waiting for my screen to go down. The second one that you really, really picked on is beautiful things. Okay, so when you're saying about beautiful things coming, the only thing I would change is about the coming part. Beautiful things are only here. Okay, because you are already seeing these two components. One, the feeling part. The other one is the beautiful things part. So I totally agree with you. Beautiful things are already here, Miss Fancy. Thank you for that, my friend. And thank you, no problem. Thank you for being here too. And Shahir is in the house as well. Some times we experience realities which looks like we have been there before. Or what are your thoughts? Yes, 1000%. So it's something similar to what I believe Rick was mentioning earlier about deja vus, right? So a deja vu would be also something very, very similar. It would be something that you have experienced, but if you notice very, very closely, it might not be exactly the same. Okay, so whether we call it a deja vu, but at the same time, there are some slight differences that you see in the so-called deja vu, but at the same time, you know that there's something different. So while it gives you an overall feeling of, yes, this happened, you know that it happened slightly different. So the same way in a parallel reality, or a different reality that I call, you would experience things in your everyday life that would be happening. For example, like you might have a conversation with somebody, the next day you bump into somebody, and they don't recall that conversation as if it never happened. And the reason for this is not because they went bonkers, not because they went crazy. It is simply because one of you or both of you, or maybe you alone, have shifted in that reality. Thank you, Shahira. That's awesome. And Pixie, I'm trying to, I'm trying the 9-day manifestation, 4th day. Definitely taking it out of me, but I need to do this. Okay, so again, don't put pressure on yourself, okay, for the 9 days. And the reason why I'm saying don't put pressure, because when you start to put pressure, what happens without you even realizing it, without you even noticing it, now you are putting the energy and the focus on not so much on the manifesting part, but so much on will I get the timetable? Will I get it on that time, right? We need to understand that everything happens in the present moment. Everything happens in the now. So the idea behind the 9-day manifestation is actually to throw it out there, put your intent, whatever the thought is, just hold it, okay, and then just release it, okay? I wouldn't start counting down. Just release it and then watch the magic happen, my friend. And Mario Tattoo, okay, thank you. Bless you all. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I love you, my friend. And Shahira, okay, just noticed it. Okay, t-shirt. We all should get one. Oh, the Unlimited You? Awesome. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. So for those of you, since you brought up the t-shirt, I just remembered now. I am, just because I shouldn't say pushed. I don't like using the word pushed. I've been guided. I've been guided to expand, to grow, to evolve, okay? And with me, everybody else, of course, all of you is growing with me. This Unlimited You t-shirt is actually, I am creating a website, believe it or not, and I'm just saying this for the first time on the live here, because this came spontaneously. I wasn't expecting this. Since last week when I mentioned about my mentoring, I decided we needed a website as well, because it's just we are growing. I am growing to a point where I didn't even realize it was going to become this big. And I think, Rick, I discussed this with you yesterday as well. So these Unlimited t-shirts are actually going to be on the website for anybody that wishes to go ahead and get one, okay? They are going to be available. I'm still ironing out the whatever the details need to be out there. But thank you, Shahira. Thank you for noticing it. Actually, this one was just a present that a friend of mine gave me. She's in the business of printing, of course, and she just one day sent her husband right here on my doorstep, and he just gave me this t-shirt for free. But thank you for noticing. And okay, also hello from Hawaii. Thank you, my friend. Love and light to you this day. Thank you. Yes, beautiful things are here and now. 1000%. That's the only way to see it. I feel very sad. Lost my sister in a car accident. Okay, I realize this is always something very hard for anybody to go through. And this is what I'm talking about when I say about the 4 major emotional states that I love to be in. Okay, if you notice, I always talk about compassion, appreciation, of course, gratitude and love. And in your case, you know, my compassion totally goes out to you. I totally understand it because I've lost quite a few of my relatives as well, and my sister happened to pass from cancer a few years back in my arms. So I do understand it. I do have compassion for you, but at the same time, I want to reassure you, my friend, that they are never lost. Okay, who they really are never is lost. As a matter of fact, they are here right now, looking over you. So instead of looking at it as I lost my sister, look at it as you gained a very powerful protector, if you may, or a very powerful force on the other side that's watching over you, because this is exactly what your sister is doing. But having said that, I know it is always hard. And Pixie, okay, what's your thoughts on Doppelgang? Is it also different realities? So I'm not quite sure. I don't know what that meaning is. I haven't really investigated it, to be quite honest with you. But when it comes down to different realities, I can tell you that we are constantly changing reality, and a lot of times we change realities multiple times throughout the day, and yes, even throughout the evening, believe it or not. While we sleep, we can still change realities, okay? So changing and shifting realities is very real. The difference is that every time it happens, we automatically go to a reality that is very, very similar to the one that we are living now, because again, the leap would be too big for you to jump from one reality. Let's say you're single one day and then you wake up in a different reality and all of a sudden you're married with 5 kids. It would be too big of a leap. That way you go to realities that are very, very similar, but at the same time, the changes in those realities would be very noticeable if you pay attention. But I'm going to check that one out too. Thank you for bringing that up, my friend. Doppelgangers, yeah. Never heard of it, to be honest with you. Can I buy a t-shirt, Pixie? Thank you for asking that. Like I said, the website is going to be up, hopefully this week, and I am going to have these t-shirts up there. So yes, you will be able to go ahead and you can purchase a t-shirt. They are going to be Unlimited You, but when I say Unlimited You, this does not go just to me. Thank you, user. Thank you, John. Thank you, my friend, for being here. This goes to all of us, because Unlimited You means that you literally have no limit. And by saying you and not me, I mean that all of us are here in it together, right? So when you relay this message to somebody else, you're actually bringing it into their subconscious mind that they are truly unlimited. And the whole point, the whole key to this is to help others grow and evolve. Okay, thank you, John, my friend. You are the best. And Katrina's in the house. Good evening. Thank you, Katrina, for being here. Only me, Katrina. Good evening. I see you guys are talking back and forth. That's awesome. And of course, you're tagging one another. I want to see any of my subs here said, okay, so only me. Let's hurry to love people because they leave so quickly. Yes, they do leave. And like I said before, I had a lot of my loved ones leave at a very, very young age. My father passed. I was 11. He was 51. My sister passed at the same age. Her son, my nephew, passed at the age of 42. Actually, on his 43rd birthday, when he was turned 43, we actually buried him on that day. But again, and of course my mother and all those, I have so many people. I'm not going to start counting here. But at the same time, all these people that we consider that are gone actually brought me to this awakening, if you might say, okay, because again, there's what we call awakening is a non-ending cycle. Okay, we keep growing, we keep evolving. So it brought me to this understanding, I should say, that we never really lose anybody. Okay, we never lose anybody. They are always on the other side. They are always looking after us. And I know this firsthand, of course, because I have developed these techniques and this understanding that I can communicate with them. I have developed these techniques, if you might call them, that I can have direct communication, and I know they are there, and I know they are well, and I know that they are always watching us. And I don't mean just my people, I mean all of us. We are all one. You got to understand this. I keep emphasizing we are all one, all of us. All right, so okay, sorry, a doppelganger is someone who looks like us. Okay, thank you for thank you for mentioning this. E.g. our twin. Yes, in this case, it would be very, very real, because in this case, I'm glad you rectified it for me. In this case, yes, you are going to see multiple people looking like us, not only in other realities, but also in this reality where we are here right now. And believe it or not, all those people that actually look like us, even in this reality or another reality, they are all part of who we truly are. Okay, because who we truly are is an energetic force that breaks into smaller pieces. And those smaller pieces, a lot of times, what happens with them, they also create a similar image. Even though their character might be different, but in some instances, even their character might be very, very similar. Not the same, but very similar. So I get it, what you're saying. Thank you for rectifying that. Respect with love, my brother. Thank you for being here. John, like usual, come on, guys. Please tap your screens. I love you, John. You are such... And by the way, John, I really enjoyed the video that you posted there about Scotland. I love it. On the lake there, beautiful, beautiful waterfront. Beautiful place to be. I love the Christmas trees. Thank you for sharing that, John. Okay, Pixie Vibes, yep. Okay, thank you, John. Thank you, not a problem. Thank you. Awesome. Did I miss some comments here? I'm trying to go up and see. I usually rush down to see what my fellow subscribers have written here, and then I go back up so I don't miss anybody else. Okay, so that's a good one. Irina says, our higher self chooses when it's time to leave the physical world. Okay, our higher self chooses the time when it is to leave the physical world, and the way to be happen. Yes, always. Thank you for that comment. Your higher self, what you call your higher self, is really you. Okay, you have chosen the way that you would leave from this physical reality, and even the time that you would leave and how it would happen. But at the same time, because you are so powerful, you are so magnificent, and you are the creator of your reality, what you've done is you have marked many check marks, like exit signs. Okay, so like exit, 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 exit. Now, since you are in this reality here, and since you are not different than who you really are, believe it or not, you can choose, even though you've created all these exits, when you reach this exit, doesn't mean that you have to take it. Okay, you can bypass it, and you can just go to the second exit, bypass that too, and so on and so on and so on. So nothing is written in stone. Even though you have created this, you have also created the freedom that you can choose in this physical reality your time to exit. So, having said this, nobody, believe it or not, in this physical reality exits unless they are ready to go. Even those that are sick, even those that are sitting in a deathbed or something, or even those that had a tragic accident, for example, they were always ready to go. They were always given the choice if they want to come or if they want to go when they reached the so-called gate, if you might say, and it was always their choice. Nothing happens to you by force. Okay, but awesome, beautiful, beautiful comment there. I love it. I love it. Okay, going down, trying to see some more comments here. 11.1 thousand. Just Jay's in the house. Awesome. Thank you, Just Jay. I saw some of your comments, by the way, about the parallel realities, and I totally agree with you. Those were some beautiful comments that you made on the actual post, Just Jay. And yeah, I was actually surprised because when I made that post, how many people responded back saying that similar things have happened to them, and all of a sudden they started realizing certain small changes that happened in their lives, but those small changes can actually be significant, right? Because let's say it is an email that you were firing to your boss that you were supposed to connect at a certain time, right? And you are sure that you sent that email, but then your boss, on the other hand, didn't get it. That could be a life-changing opportunity, right? So you either grow and evolve with a corporation, or you don't. I'm just giving you an example, right? So there's small little details that play a huge role, right? So thank you for that, Just Jay. I love it. You guys are so remarkable here. So true. No coincidence. No, there is absolutely no coincidence, Just Jay. Thank you, John. Again, you are amazing, my friend. There's absolutely no coincidence. Everything always happens for a reason. And believe it or not, we are all co-creators in this, okay? There's not just one creator that you create your own reality, but at the same time, what happens is it's like agreements that you have done with the group. It is agreements that you have done with your whole soul group. And when I'm talking about soul group, we can all be part of this soul group, for example, right? But every agreement that you make is not written in stone. Like, you can always change it, always alter it, if it is for the better of all, of course, okay? Okay, so Shahira said, a friend called upset because I ignored her in the town while I was at home. She never believed me. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This, Shahira, thank you for sharing this. I love you for it. This is exactly what I'm saying. We can be experiencing something at a particular moment, but in a different reality, something else is taking place. This is because either you shifted or your friend shifted in this particular case. But because it is you that is noticing this difference, it is always you that has shifted, if that makes sense, okay? Because you are noticing what is happening here, and your friend didn't notice it. It is you that has shifted that reality, okay? So you moved on to a reality where this didn't take place, if that makes sense, Shahira. Do we have guardian angels? Awesome. Yes, we do. Believe it or not, there's always somebody assigned to you. And this, again, is in coordination with a whole bunch of other beings that we might call guardian angels. There's a lot of, what do you call them? Spiritual masters, teachers, guardian angels, guides. We like to use the word guides, right? So definitely, yes, there are. How can I contact my spirit guides? The same way. You simply put the request out there. You simply just sit there. Preferably, I would say just before you go to bed. And the reason why I'm saying just before you go to bed is because the most likely will come to you in a vision or in a dream, which dreams are always real, of course, and they will make themselves known to you. Okay, so you can request that they show up, and you can even request what their names are. And believe me, have faith in the process, my friend. Okay, Pixie, have faith in the process, and it will happen for you. Okay, Ascended Masters, yes, Ascended Masters as well. Any other questions that we have here? Okay, so again, I'm going to take this opportunity for all of the new people that are jumping on board here. Anybody that doesn't know me, please go right ahead and you can hit the TikTok page that I'm at, and you can, if you like what you see, you can follow me, of course. And at the same time, you can hit the little bell notifications icon so you can be the first to get notified every time I upload a video. At the bottom of my page, you will find my link tree. Okay, when you click on that, it's going to direct you to my YouTube and my Instagram. I do upload these videos actually on YouTube just so we can all have them. And at the same token, anybody that wishes to subscribe is more than welcome to. This is your opportunity while I am live. You can subscribe. And if you do so and you choose to, you can have a quick 15-minute conversation with me via Zoom. One-on-one, of course. So let's see. What other questions do we have here? What do we have? Thank you, Pixie. Thank you, my friend. You are the best. And Ma is in the house. Okay, thank you. Not a problem. Extended Masters. And Ma, what is your question? Okay, Ma, how not to get angry? By simply not reacting, Ma. Okay, so what am I saying by that? I don't suggest for 1 minute that you suppress any of your emotions or any of your feelings, because the minute you suppress something, what is happening is you are creating resistance, you are creating a blockage, and this resistance and blockage can actually manifest within your body as an ailment or a disease that sometimes can be deadly for your body. Okay, so the way to not to get angry is, first of all, to realize that you are angry, but the most important thing is not to not to get carried away with the anger. So you see it, you feel it, and you let it go. Okay, so the minute you start doing this, what's going to happen, because anger is an energy. Anger, believe it or not, does have a consciousness of its own. So when you pay attention to it constantly, what's going to happen, you are going to get more of it. Okay, because anger, believe it or not, does have a consciousness, just like everything else. It's just different levels. Okay, so you feel angry, you let it go. The more you let it go and the more you practice on letting it go, what's going to happen is the less angry you will become. Okay? If that makes sense to you, Ma. Peace and love to you. Thank you, my friend. And what other messages do we have? Okay, thank you for the roses. That is awesome. So again, the purpose of the live, for those of you that just jumped on board, thank you, Mario Tattoo, was about parallel realities. Okay, so I'm here to tell you that parallel realities are actually very, very real. They happen on multiple times throughout the day, I should say, and they happen to all of us. Okay, it's just we maybe are not paying attention to them, and this is why we haven't realized it. Okay, they happen all the time, and if we become, this is where I talk about being awake, being aware, being conscious of your feelings, of your emotions, being here in the now. Because when you are here in the now and you are aware, you are conscious, you are going to pick up on these little changes that might seem insignificant, but at the same time they can be mind-blowing and life-altering, if you might say. Okay, so it is very, very important to pay attention to these. It happened to me yesterday, actually, with my friend Rick right here. Rick fired me an email, to give you an example, or not an email, a message on TikTok, private message, and he said, okay, let's meet up via Zoom. I'm available at this time, right? And I responded back to Rick saying that, okay, this time doesn't really work, but I'm available for this time, and we can meet then, right? I gave him like a certain timetable there. And I know that it went out, and the next day, guess what? That email, that message didn't go out. And the original message that Rick had sent me, I noticed that the times had changed. One was for 3 o'clock, the original one, the other one was for 4 o'clock, to give you an example. And then when I got together with Rick and we were discussing, Rick says, no, I didn't change anything. No, I didn't get anything from you. It's like it happened in a whole different dimension. And you know what? It did. It happened in a different reality. Because this is how we shift. This is how we just go by it. And I'm going to do actually a video on that. I'm going to do a video on how you can actually shift realities on purpose, because you can do this as well. Okay, if you're mindful about it, you can shift your reality like this. Okay, but the reality that I'm talking about shifting here is the realities that shift that we haven't, we didn't do it on purpose. It just happened, and we thought it was by accident. But again, we all know that nothing happens by accident, right? 369, hello, my friend. Thank you for being here. Good evening, Stripe. Hope you're in the house too. How do you break a soul contract with someone? That's a beautiful question. You just simply break it. You just simply agree to disagree in this case. You would just simply walk away and do whatever it is that you need to do. And if you want to break it, literally what you would do is you would sit there nice, peacefully, quiet, in stillness, and you can project that even out loud. You can say, from here on, whatever soul contract I have made with any of my soul family members, I am breaking that contract right here and right now because I choose to do so. That's it. You don't need to give no explanation, nothing else. You do that and there goes your contract. Okay? All right. Beautiful. I have a lovely bunch here. Hello, teacher. What would you say about the really meaning of money in our lives? Thank you. Greetings. Love you. Okay, Mario Tattoo. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Now you made me look like a cowboy. And I love that. I love cowboys, by the way. All right, so hello, teacher. What would you say about the real meaning of money in our lives? Thank you. Okay, so again, thank you for posting this question, by the way. I'm going to have a sip here. Money is just like anything else. Money is energy, okay? So I'm going to say what I normally say about this and about anything else that you want to manifest, actually. You have two forces that are dominating not just this physical reality, but this universe and all the other universes and realities, regardless if they are parallel or not, okay? You have energy and you have consciousness. Now, energy is everywhere around us. Everything you see around you is energy, including your physical body, including money, by the way, okay? Now, you, on the other hand, who you really are, is not energy, okay, because you are aware of energy. And since you are aware of energy and conscious of energy, you cannot be it, okay? So far, so good? Now, since you are the awareness and the consciousness behind this energy that you call money or anything else that you want to manifest, now you can actually direct this energy, because the energy, when you focus on it, when you pay attention on it as a consciousness, what happens, thank you for that, John, what happens is you actually influence it. And I'm using the word influence because I don't like to use the word manipulate, okay? The word manipulate has a meaning there that I'm not too keen on. So you can influence this energy by just simply projecting your awareness on it. So since everything is energy, it doesn't matter what it is. In your case here, you're talking about money, okay? So you would focus this energy, which is you, your consciousness, I should say, on this energy, which is money, okay? And you would focus it and you would just simply pay attention to it. And when you pay attention to it, you would include the high frequencies or the high vibrations of gratitude, appreciation, and love. Either or, doesn't have to be all three, whatever you are mostly connected with, okay? And when you do this, don't be surprised if money just starts coming your way like this, okay? Because again, money is not different than anything else. It is energy, okay? So, real important stuff to catch on to here, okay? Important in what way? In a way that you want to better your physical life here on this physical realm. That's what I mean. And Rick is asking, okay, lots of individual questions. They actually prove with faith. How can I be the example of this shift using your technique? Awesome, Rick. So I get it what you're saying. A lot of individual questions, okay? A lot of individuals, the question with actual proof. Yes, they want to have actual proof and faith. I get it. On how this example of this shift, you're using this technique. Okay, I get it. So, the only thing I can say about this, Rick, is they need to witness this on their own. And the way they would witness this, Rick, is by making them become, not making them, but influencing them by becoming more aware of their everyday lives, right? So when they become more aware of their everyday lives, and you simply tell them to be more aware of the little things that happen in their life, and then they can check the next day if those little things actually came to play, if you know what I mean, right? They will actually notice differences, okay? When they notice differences, the first time they might, brush it off as a coincidence or this or that. But when they start noticing that there is a pattern there, there's no other need for you to give them any more proof. The proof they need is right in front of their face, and they need to see it for themselves. Because like I said before, Rick, you can only lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink, right? They need to catch this on their own. So you can be the influence, you can show them the way, but they must be ready to receive this. But beautiful question, like usual, Rick. You always amaze me, my friend. And United Macedonia is here. Sir, did you say something about the mentoring? No, I didn't say anything about the mentoring, but I am going to tell you this. Okay, what's going to happen is I did create a brand new website. Thank you for saying this, actually. Because what happened here was the response I got, United Macedonia, was actually huge. It was a big response. So for me to actually sit down and create a meeting with every single person that actually responded to me, because it's not just the responses that I had on the actual post, I also got a lot of private messages, and on the other hand I got messages from YouTube as well, because I posted something there as well. So anyway, all the messages that I was getting, I had to create a brand new website, which should be ready hopefully this week. Okay, so in this website, it's going to break down different mentoring programs, and whatever you might be interested in. What would happen is that you would click on that specific program, and it's going to tell you what's going to happen. And that way I would get notified and we can connect, because the response, like I said, was just mind-blowing. And yesterday I even spoke to Rick regarding this, because it was just amazing. And I'm not complaining. I love it. It's just, it was overwhelming. It's good. Okay, hi. Okay, hi. How do I stop high emotions taking over rather than having perspective? Okay, so how you stop it is by simply becoming fully aware in the present moment. And the reason, sometimes I sound like a broken down record about this, but I can't emphasize it enough. When you are living in the moment, when you are still, when you are silent, what's going to happen is you are going to become one. Literally, you are going to become one with everything. Okay? And when you become one with everything, your mind, your emotions will start to subside. Okay, and when this happens, you have total control of your high emotions. Okay, and it's just an incredible experience that you must experience for your own. Because no matter how many times I say it, it doesn't matter. You need to experience this for your own. Okay, when you become silent and still, you become one, literally one with everything around you. Try it out. Let me know how it works out for you, actually. Okay. Any other questions here? I have a whole bunch of people here, and I love yous all. This is wonderful. We have a good group of people going on here. We have so many beautiful questions. Rick, of course, with your awesome questions. Pixie, you are wonderful. Shahira, you guys are amazing. Just an amazing group of people that always have so many wonderful questions. Throw me some more. I love you guys so much that I'm not ready to go yet. I just love you so much. And John, of course, with all the commotion that he's always doing here on this platform. I love you all. Okay, let me see. I am. Okay. I think I saw another comment here. Okay, Pixie, yep. Thank you. I'm operating on high level at the moment due to health in family, hence manifesting. I get it. Okay, so the way you would change this, it would be just simply just be in the present moment. Literally, be in the present moment and just watch your life change right in front of you. Because when you are in the present moment, first of all, you are connecting with who you really are. Okay, and who you really are has nothing to do with the thoughts that are going in your mind, because we are not our thoughts, believe it or not. We identify with our thoughts because we simply believe in them or what they are saying about us, but we are not our thoughts. And the reason why we are not our thoughts is because we can observe them. And again, anything that you can observe is not you. Okay? Since you can sit there and you can observe your thoughts, you know that you are separated from them. Okay? This is awesome. I love you guys. All right. Again, I'm going to talk about anybody that doesn't know me here. I know a lot of people have jumped on board. I'm going to say it again. Please go right ahead. Check my page. And thank you for that, my friend. Check my page. If you like what you see, you can hit a follow. Okay? And thank you again. And if you hit the follow, you can also hit the actual notifications icon, the little bell. Thank you, my friend. And when you hit that, you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And at the bottom of it, you will find my link tree. You can hit on that. The minute you do that, it's going to direct you to my YouTube and Instagram. I do upload these live videos on YouTube just so we don't lose them, just so we don't miss them. And for those of you that do want to subscribe, this is your opportunity. You can subscribe while I am live. And anybody that does so and wishes to will have a quick 15-minute meeting via Zoom, one-on-one, of course, just to get to know each other a little better. All right. Any other comments here? Perspective, okay. Let's see. Any of my... okay, United Macedonia. I think that I start to experience Jah Unlimited we are, or how unlimited we are. Yes, we are truly unlimited, my friend. I keep saying that, and hence this is where I even got this from, Unlimited You. I put this out there, and this is what I am representing, because this is who we are. You are literally unlimited. It's not about me, it's about you. You are unlimited. You have no limits. You can't have limits. You are beyond space. You are beyond time. You're a multi-dimensional being of vast proportions. And I keep saying that over and over and over again until it sinks in. Why is this important to know? Because when you know this information, then the sky's the limit, which again has no limit, right? Okay, a lot of beautiful comments. And Shahira, I love listening to you and don't want to miss a second. Therefore, forget my question. Not a problem. You can always, private message me if you forget this question and it comes to you later, of course. And now since you said this, I forgot to actually communicate with somebody. They wanted me to text them when I was going to go live. And you see, I didn't, I had so many conversations that I actually missed doing that. But I'm going to order that as well. I need to get a hold of her. Awesome. You guys are so amazing. Any other questions here? I'm just scrolling up and down to see what questions we have. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I didn't miss something. It's all good. We are all one. We are all here. And I love this. I think there was one up here. Okay, did I miss something up here? I'm not sure. I don't see it. Okay, so Silver Surfer. For some years, I've believed a theory I call quantum reality paths, which agrees. Awesome. I like to hear that. I always like to hear about theories that agree with what I have to say. So this is awesome. And Shahira, okay, we talked about it. Can we stay young forever? This is beautiful. And this is something that actually nobody has asked me before on a live. And my answer to you, my friend, would be yes, you can stay young forever. Okay. And how do you do that is a technique that actually would take what you actually believe, what you actually know about yourself. You need to readjust your thinking and you need to wipe all that clean. And when I say wipe it out, I mean that all the knowledge that you were taught since you were a kid, you need to wipe it and look at things from a different perspective. And the reason why I'm saying this, it's like you're hitting a reset in your subconscious mind. Because believe it or not, your physical body is created out of energy. It is energy. Energy can never be created or destroyed. But when I say created, I mean into the mass that it is, right? But the energy was always there. So, can you stay young forever? Absolutely. If you understand that everything is energy in consciousness, all it takes for you is to tap into it, okay? And you can actually command your body, you can actually give it suggestions, and you can influence it into doing whatever it is that you want to influence it to do. Is it easy to do? Again, it takes a lot of, self-mastery to be able to do this, but it is not impossible, for sure. That's a beautiful question. Did Jesus come to teach the lessons we are capable of? So Jesus was actually brilliant. Okay, Jesus did come to show the world what they are capable of. But a lot of us took the teachings that Jesus was trying to say, and we kind of interpreted them in our own way. Okay, so Jesus, if anybody does follow Jesus' teachings, I suggest you do, because there are always lessons there to listen to. There are always lessons to learn, and the wording and everything else that is written there is actually remarkable. Okay. Okay. I just subscribed. Thank you. Dr. Tamara, thank you, my friend, for subscribing. If you wish, you can, contact me and let me know if you want to have a quick 15-minute Zoom meeting, just to touch base with one another. That is awesome. Thank you. And United Macedonia, sir, I love you. You opened my eyes. I have a lot to say. I am the change that you helped me. Actually, United Macedonia, thank you for your wonderful words. I get what you're saying, but you are the change that you want it to be, believe it or not. I can just show you the way, right? But you need to be willing and open to accept it. And this is your working, not mine. This is your doing. You were ready, and you were at the right time, at the right place, and you embraced it. And this is how you grow. This is how you evolve. Not just you, but all of us. In order for us to grow and evolve, we need to embrace it. We need to be open to change. And when I say change, I mean change in everything pretty much, because this is how we expand. The minute we start putting limitations in our mind or in our brain, we become that. We become a limitation ourselves. Okay? So United Macedonia, the credit doesn't go to me, it goes to you, my friend. You are the one behind this. You are the power, you are the throne behind this. And I love you for it. Are your mind? Okay. Thank you. You're great. Awesome. I love you guys. You answered my question. You read my mind. Oh, you guys are amazing. AJ, can you have a group meditation for perfect health and being young? Yes, I can. If we get enough people in the group, and if you all are on the same, mind thing, yes, we can have a group meditation. I don't see why not. Okay, for health and being young, 1,000%. 1,000%, because we can actually direct our energy into specific spots in our body that will trigger this process of just rejuvenation, and it will keep your body young, believe me. Okay, United Macedonia, we must have a live meeting. I will bring Uzo, and we will talk a lot. Imagine that. Oh, awesome, my friend. Love and light to you. And Tamara, okay, Dr. Tamara, by energy, do you mean also the things that man created or God's creation, sir? So when I say about energy, I'm talking about everything around us. Everything that you see and not see, believe it or not, is energy. Okay? And when I say not see, I'm talking about certain elements, even the wind, right? Can you see the wind? Can you see the air? Of course not. But is it there? Of course. Is it energy? Of course it is. Even though we call it an element, it is still energy, right? So I'm talking about everything around us. Even the so-called things that man created. Let's say, we took a cup and we created it. We couldn't have done this unless Source was behind it. Does that make sense? Source is where everything originated from. Source is what is the glue that holds everything together. And if Source hadn't brought this to be, we as a man, quote unquote, couldn't be able to put it in the form of a cup either, right? Shahira, short time ago, started to believe in unknowns, and universe is connecting me with people like out of, yes, I totally understand where you're going with this, Shahira, and you will find connections with people that just you will find these people just coming into your life, and you're going to be scratching your head and you're going to be saying, how did this happen? This happened because you were open and willing for it to happen, Shahira. Pixie, I'm so glad I found you on here. I'm so glad that I found you as well, my friend. And the reason I'm saying this is because, again, when we interconnect, we all learn from one another. Just as much as you are learning from me, I'm also learning from you. Because this is an energetic exchange. Words are energy, emotions are energy, the way we interact, all this is energy, and it can never be one road. It's always a two-way street. So I'm learning from all of you as well, and I love you for all of that. Just Jay, yes, yes, please. I guess you're talking about the meditation, right? Okay. Pixie, Yes, please, for meditation. There we go. Can one of you private message me just to remind me, Pixie? If yeah, you can private message me so we can do an actual meditation on a live or a group meditation. Doesn't matter. We'll figure that out. Maybe even through a Zoom meeting. Is there a Mandela effect, John? Yes, there is. Always. And Galactic, thank you for the roses. Thank you very, very much. I have such a lively group here, and I'm not willing to go just yet because I know I can sense it, I can feel it. Thank you. I can feel it in the air. I can feel it in your energy that you have more questions. I can feel it. I know it. Thank you for the TikTok hat. I can feel it, and I know it when I just feel your energy here, and I really feel that this energy tonight is very, very strong among us. We have a good group going on here, so I love this. And Shahira, thank you, Galactic. Shahira, I wanted to see your comment. I gotta go back. I manifested looking young. Within 2 months, people said I look 10 years younger, so my mirror. Yes, exactly. This is what I'm talking about, because you are the creator of your reality, Shahira. So when you put an intention out there, when you put a thought out there, and you just let it go out in the universe, okay, you are going to receive and you are going to reap the benefits of this, because there's no two ways about it, okay? You are the consciousness behind this energy, or this energy field, and when you interact with this energy, and you know how to interact with it, of course, this is what happens. It comes right back to you. And that's a beautiful, beautiful comment. I love that. Thank you. Okay, Michael, where am I? Is it also a construct? Oh, thank you for that, my friend. Is it also a construct? Where are we here? So where am I? So Michael, you are already aware of who you are, believe it or not, okay? Forget about the construct, forget about everything else, okay? Just the fact that you are asking the question, okay, where am I, okay, that shows you that you are at least aware of the I. What I would do in this case is I would direct you into asking the question, who's asking, okay? Just ask yourself, who's asking this question? This question right here. When you say, where am I? Who's asking that question? It is very, very similar to asking the question, who am I, or I am. If you focus, or if you meditate, or if you just let it, if you simmer into the thought of I am, and this is not actually new. The I am has been going on for centuries, okay? Even Jesus spoke about the I am, believe it or not, okay? But it got translated in a different way. If you can actually just meditate on the I am, when you come up with the answer of that, you will be mind blown, Michael. You literally will, because your eyes are going to open very, very wide, my friend, if you can come up with that answer. That is not something that I can answer for you. That is something that you need to come up with on your own after you have done what we call a self-inquiry, okay? Okay, so yes, I feel it to teach me everything you know. Awesome. Thank you for that, my friend. Please and thank you. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, just leave me a message on one of my posts. If we're not friends, I'm not sure if we are. Leave me a message on one of my posts and I will reach out to you, my friend, okay? Because these lives, after they're gone, I leave, even though I have the live, the comments are gone. So you need to leave me a message so that way we don't forget. Love your teaching. Thank you, my friend. And Manuel, okay, they are not able to live without our soul. They still are soul and spirit. I'm moving around because it's white behind white. We are here in 3D. Yes, we are here in 3D. And actually, thanks for mentioning about the 3D, because I just read an article yesterday about scientists looking into dark matter, and they were discovering that they discovered the fifth dimension, for example, right? And they were just amazed and mesmerized that the fifth dimension actually exists. And this is something that a lot of spiritual masters, if you want to call them that, were speaking for thousands of years. We were talking about dimensions. I've been talking about dimensions since pretty much I was a kid. Like, I knew that dimensions exist, and all of a sudden now the scientific community is jumping on board slowly, like snails, but they are still coming on board with what we have always been talking about. All right, what else do we have here? Any other comments? When you comment at the bottom, you guys are amazing. United Macedonia. So, sir, how to connect to a Zoom meeting with you? Didn't understand your explanation. So, in order for you to connect with a Zoom meeting with me, United Macedonia, you would have to give me your email. You can not on what do you call it, on a post or something. You have to private message me, okay? And you would have to send me your email. The minute I get your email, what I would do is I would send you my Zoom link to your email, and then all you have to do is hit the link, and you would be redirected to the Zoom meeting, whatever time that has been scheduled for. Okay, you don't need to do anything else, just your email. You don't need to download an app or the Zoom or anything like that. John is still in the house. Thank you, John, for being here. Awesome. Tapping mate. Hope you're tapping mate. Awesome. John, you are remarkable, my friend. And Eve is in the house. Why I shift in between realities this frequently recently. What is the reason we shift? So the reason we shift, believe it or not, is because we are growing, we are evolving, we are moving on. And every different reality has a different lesson there for us to grow and evolve. So shifting is very, very normal. Not only do we shift, but also animals, our animal friends, our pets, they all shift. And believe it or not, even plants shift. Okay, anything that is alive, what we call alive, because everything is alive, everything is consciousness and energy. There's nothing dead around us. Even the things that we think are dead are not dead. We constantly shift. It is part of the expansion process. This planet shifts. This universe shifts. Okay, it's part of the growing process. So there's nothing there for you to be concerned about. The only reason why you think that you are shifting multiple times or more frequently is just because simply you have created that awareness, okay? And now you're just more aware of it. That's all it is. Hello all. Hello, my friend. Okay, Manuel, God, okay, 2, in the first source of energy and pure light. Bing Bang. Yes, you can say that, the Bing Bang, yeah. Okay, so Eve, is my partner and dog shifting with me? Or they are from that reality? So this is a beautiful, beautiful question, because not everybody is going to shift with you. No. So while you might be shifting to a different reality where your dog and your partner are there, but your old partner and your old dog have stayed back in that reality. But you have shifted to a reality where still your partner is in that reality and your dog is in that reality, but with some differences that maybe you might be able to detect, maybe you won't be able to detect. That's very, very interesting. There are cases, though, that all three of you might shift in that reality as well. The way you would realize this is by the differences. If you shift and you see some small, they're not going to be major differences, but there will be some small differences between your partner and your dog, for example. So let's say you wake up in the morning and your partner is acting different than what he was the day before. You have shifted, okay? And I'm saying you have shifted because you're the one that's aware of it, so you're the one that shifted. If your dog is acting differently, you have shifted, okay? These are very subtle. They're very small shifts, but yet they are significant because they are guiding you in a whole new direction, believe it or not. Beautiful question. I love it. Thank you for asking that, Eve. Hello, all. Hello. And Manuel says, we lived on Earth 200 times, maybe more. And maybe even more, Manuel. Maybe even more. But the 200 times that you're referring to, even in this reality that we call Earth, maybe you lived that as a human, right? But what about the times that you lived on this Earth that you were not human? That's right. Because believe it or not, you started from even a stone. For a lot of us, it's hard to understand this. That's why I'm saying that everything is conscious. You started from a stone. I'm just giving you an example. And then you start evolving and growing. And how do you grow? Just by creating more awareness, more consciousness. You grow, you evolve, right? So the 200 time frame that you are putting here, that's just your human 200 time. Forget about everything else. Okay? And believe me, when they put a time frame on the planet, that is not correct, because this planet is a lot older than what scientists are actually claiming to be. This planet, this universe, this sun, and everything else around it has been here for a much longer time. Okay. And Eve says, because things that's going me crazy is not fascinating for my partner, and he thinks they were same. Yeah, so there's definitely a shift here, Eve. Definitely. Just the way you put this and you phrase it, there's definitely a shift, and the shift is coming from you. You're the one that has shifting, because you are the one that is the awareness behind this. So you have shifted, and your old partner has stayed in the if you might call it the old reality. In reality, there's nothing old. Everything happens in the present moment. We just shift, and we just experience time in this physical reality as linear. But in reality, time is not linear. Time does not even exist. If you were to cross over, basically the way you would see time is like crossing the street. It's like going from one street to another. So if you want to go back and forth, you can do it anytime you want, since time doesn't exist. But yes, in this case, you are the one that has actually shifted. Thank you. No problem, Eve. Manuel, every time when you are born again, they erase your memory. Yes, this is a common theme. Your memory needs to be erased, and it's not somebody else that is erasing your thank you, Mario Tattoo. It is not somebody else that is erasing your memory. It is you. Okay? You are the driving force, because, let me put it to you this way. You, the greater part of you, is in the non-physical, if you might call it. And I say the non-physical because even this reality is non-physical, okay? It really is non-physical, because if you take the most powerful microscope and you zoom in, you are going to find nothing else but just energy dancing, okay? So, in this case, your memory, like I was saying, will become erased, because there's no point of you of being in this physical reality and remembering 200 lifetimes. Okay, what would be the point of that? If you came here and you remember 200 lifetimes, if anything, it would drive you up the wall. It would drive you crazy. Okay, in this, the way this is set up, the system is set up, it would drive you absolutely mad. There's no reason for you to remember 200 lifetimes. There's no reason for you to even remember your past lifetime. Okay, and even though there's a lot of us that remember lifetimes or previous lifetimes, we can handle it, right, up to a certain degree. Now, having said this, when you cross over, all your lifetimes are broadcasted right in front of you. You see everything, okay? It's like a little tablet, and you can go back and forth to all of them. You can see everything in front of you. You know who you are, and you don't have to worry about anything. But at that time, at that place, who you really are can take this information, because you're a vast being, okay? So yeah, there's no point in you remembering everything. Okay, and Pixie, yes. Can you feel the shift physically? I mean, yes, a lot of times you can feel the shift physically. A lot of times especially if you wake up in the morning, sometimes you might feel either lightheaded or you might feel the opposite. You might feel really, really heavy, like you're getting out of bed and you just feel like there's an extra weight on you, for example. You know those days that you just wake up and you just don't want to do anything. You just want to stay in bed. There's a shift that has happened there, okay? The reason is because you just shifted to a different reality that maybe the gravitational pull of that reality is different, or something about it is different. Your energy is not the same. Something is different, okay? So we quickly say things like, oh, you know what? Last night I had a heavy dinner, or maybe I had a couple of glasses of wine more, a couple of beers more, or maybe I didn't sleep well or something. We try to find excuses because this is the way we were brought up, right? This is the way we were, science has explained it to us. But that's not necessarily the truth. And even though it does play a role, I'm not saying it doesn't. It's not necessarily always the truth, right? We might just have gone to sleep, wake up, and we are in a different reality, okay? So yes, you can definitely feel the shift if you know what you are looking for. And John says, who decides what we become when we come to earth plane? You do, John. Always. You are always in control. You are the one that decides what you want to come back as, when you want to come back with. You're the one that decides who your parents are. You're the one that decides who your group will be. Of course, when it comes down to groups and all that, it's more of a co-creator, like you all kind of have like a soul contract, like I was discussing, but ultimately it comes up to you, because even though you have a soul contract with somebody, you can break it at any time you want. So you are the one that decides every single time, nobody else. Beautiful question, John. Thank you for asking. And Camila's in the house. Hello, my friend. Hi, Mr. Miracle. Woo! I've been called all kinds of things these days. Thank you, Camila, for your wonderful words. How are you feeling today? Camila, I am always feeling energetic. I am always feeling great, and that is because I choose to do so, and so can you, my friend. Because we might not have control over a lot of things that happen around us, but we definitely have control of how we want to interact and how we want to feel about things, right? So if you want to be happy in the moment, just choose to be happy, Camila. I think I went a little overboard there, but you know what I'm getting at. Love and light to you, my friend. Thank you for being here. And hi there from Germany. Awesome. Great. Much love. Awesome. Rick shared the live. Thank you, Rick. I'm glad to see that you're still here. AJ, if one shifted and the other partner did not, can this lead to divorce or separation? Sometimes it can, but not necessarily. Thank you for asking that, AJ. It can lead to separation, though, and most of the time it probably will. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you shift, you don't just shift once, okay? So let's say your partner stayed here, you shifted. So there's one reality. Then the next day or the next month or whatever, you might shift again. This person might not have shifted to that reality. Do you know what I mean? And you keep shifting to the point where you've shifted so many times that the gap now between this spot and this spot has grown, okay, to such a distance or such a length that you have no more communication. Okay, does that make sense, AJ? So yes, it is very, very possible. Eve, my dream is also like leaving life in other living life in other realities. It's so real and so exhausting. Is this a thing? 1000%. Yes, it is a thing, and I'm smiling because it happens to me as well multiple times. Yes, it definitely is a thing, Eve. You can feel exhausted at times, but once you start accepting it for what it is, believe me, your exhaustion levels will not be there anymore. Okay, that is awesome. I love this. A movie. You guys are so good. Pixie, thank you. Look at this. I don't even know for how long I've been streaming now, but I just love connecting with all of you. Pixie, got to go, but thank you for your amazing live as usual. Love and light to you, my friend. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for being here. And as always, much love to you. Thank you. Manuel, we choose our life before they send us again in the embryo, and depends of vibration if you use. Yes, you always choose. You always choose. You're always in control. Pixie Vibes, thank you. Okay, Camila, thank you. Okay, you said just what I needed to hear for today. Awesome, Camila. I love that. Thanks, John. Thank you, my friend. I'm going down to see what other Michael. Now I asked who I am. I get it. I'm not the one asking. No, no. You are the awareness behind all of that, of course. Shahira, after a night with heavy dreams, I feel tired, although I slept 8 hours. Yes, you will feel tired because what happens is, actually, believe it or not, you are traveling. You are astral traveling every single night. We all leave our bodies. Okay, and this has nothing to do, of course, with your actual body being tired. But what it has to do with is when you astral travel, a lot of times you pick up energies from wherever you're going and you're bringing them back to your physical body. And your physical body interprets this as tiredness. Okay, so while your body has rested for 8 hours on a physical, if you want to call it that, on a physical plane, it picks up on the energy that you're bringing, and you are actually draining it if you have been traveling to different dimensions that were not so good for you, let's say. But everything is good, but you know what I mean. Okay, Dr. Tamara, thank you, sir. Have a good night, beautiful souls. Thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for subscribing. Love and light to you, my friend. And again, I'm going to say, for all of you that don't know me, I'm going to take this opportunity to ask you to go ahead to my page and just click on it. And if you like what you see, hit a follow. At the same time, you can hit the notifications icon. And the minute you hit that, you will be notified every time I upload a video, of course, right? And at the bottom of that page, you will find my link tree. If you tap on that, what's going to happen is it's going to direct you to my YouTube and my Instagram. And I do upload these live videos on YouTube. That way, we all have access to them. And at the same time, for those of you that do wish to subscribe, this is your opportunity to do so while I am live. Anybody that wishes to subscribe and wishes to speak to me, of course, can just message me after that, and we can have a quick 15-minute Zoom meeting one-on-one, just so we can get to know each other a little better. Okay, so any other questions that we might have here? Trying to see what other questions we might have. I have a lovely, lovely bunch here. That's why you are all so good here that I don't want to leave yet. Eve, thank you, my friend. Love and light to you. And Dustin, okay, I started walking, or waking, I guess, up in 2012. And I didn't know anything about 2012 or spiritual things. That's okay. You know what? When you start the awakening process, generally speaking, it's not something that happens overnight. Even though I do know of people that this has happened to, it's not generally the process. The process is usually a longer process because it takes you through a path of gradual awakening, and this way you're who you are in this physical reality can handle it more. Okay, I'm going down to see if I have more of your comments here. So are we talking about astral projection? No, we're not actually, but at the same time, we can talk about anything here. Okay. And Camila, have you decided any more about who to do mentorship with? Yeah. So Camila, thank you for asking that question. So what happened was, like I described when we were talking together, actually, I got so many responses, so many people. And what happened now is I'm actually building a website. It's going to be ready this week. Hopefully, starting Monday by midweek, I'm anticipating, or I'm actually, I know it's going to be ready, right? So when this website is going to be ready this week, I'm going to set it up, of course, and from there everybody can go and they can click on the website and they can see the different programs that are running there, and of course they can hit what program they are interested in. So even though I will be contacting people even in person, this way is a lot better. It's just simply more convenient for everybody, including myself, because the response that I got, Camila, was overwhelming, and it's just amazing. I love it. I'm not complaining, of course. I truly, truly love it. I feel totally amazing about it. But yes, this is how the process is working. But I'm still going to contact you, Camila, regardless. All right. So we have so many people here. Why skip my question? Help in to come before. Okay. So what was your question, my friend? Sorry, because a lot of times what happens here is I go to questions that my subscribers have asked, because I have different people and have a lot of different questions. I'm not doing it on purpose, but people that have subscribed, obviously I go down and I look at their questions, okay, because after all they did subscribe, and I do go and listen to them first. Okay, that's awesome. My soul says you're doing the right thing. Thank you, my friend. Okay, thank you for that as well. Okay, but I didn't skip your question, my friend. But let me go up and see what your question might have been. Okay, I think I got it. I feel to not communicate anymore with people that stay in low frequency. Should I leave them even if? Okay, so if that's your question again. So if you are in a room and people have a low frequency or low vibration, or in general you just clash with that energy, okay, what I suggest for you to do is first of all, don't engage or argue with anybody if it is a communication issue. What I would suggest is simply just physically moving to a different room, or just getting out of the vicinity, okay? Because if your energies don't match, two things can happen. They are either going to influence you and you're going to drop down to their level, or you are going to influence them and you are going to bring them up to your level, or there will be a third possibility that you might kind of meet each other halfway and kind of meet in the middle, okay? But either or, what I would strongly recommend is just simply, just get up and go to a different sector or a different area where you might feel more comfortable. Okay, that's all I can tell you about that. Shahira, how do we know that one is fully awakened? Beautiful question, Shahira. The answer to this is you never know. You know why? Because to be fully awakened is a never-ending process. Nobody can ever be fully awakened. You always grow, you always evolve, and while others see you as being awakened, okay, there's always work to be done, and there's always expansion, there's always growth. We can never stay stagnant. Even our higher selves, even Source, never stay stagnant. We always grow and evolve. So the awakening process is a never-ending one. Okay, we just keep growing. So whatever level you are at right now, just embrace it. Be grateful, be thankful, and enjoy the ride, Shahira. All right, so another question, Shahira. The day you pass, okay, you learned. Okay, awesome. All right, so on this note, I streamed for quite a while. I am going to close right here. I'm not sure how long I've been streaming for, but I know it's been a while. And I do have some friends that I need to come in contact with on an actual level, not just via video and all that. Not that I'm cutting down video. I love video. I love connecting with all of you, of course. But I do have to visit some people in person and, you know, just bring some light wherever I can go, of course. And having said this, I want to thank every single one of you for being here, for being with me on this beautiful Saturday. I love every single one of you. Just a little more. Camila, what would you like? You missed, I think, about an hour, Camila. That's why. Eva, thank you for the heart. I love you guys. Camila, you can... I'm going to do a live tomorrow, too. Okay, good night, all. Thank you, my friend. I am going to do a live as well tomorrow. Maybe I can message you before I do my live. How's that, Camila? That way, you know, you can jump on board early. And that way we can all be, you know, in the limelight. Thank you, John, again. Thank you. We love you so much. Thank you, guys. So, again, like I said, I want to thank every single one of you for being here, for participating. You are always a lovely bunch. You are always in my heart. I love every single one of you, subscribers or not, does not matter. I just love all of you. Of course, you know, when you do subscribe, I answer your questions quicker and I respond to you quicker because it's just... what I feel I must do for you. Okay, so having said that, no matter what you do, be the greatest you. Love and light to all. And I will catch you next time. I'm truly blessed and I'm truly humble and honored to have you all here watching me. Thank you for connecting. John, you are remarkable, my friend. Look at you. Love you all. Take care of yourselves and keep smiling. And remember, shifting parallels and realities is very, very real. Take care. Good night or good morning, wherever you're connecting from. Bye-bye.